Hey guys! Well, do you still remember since the last time how to distinguish between a cheetah, a jaguar, and a leopard? You won't throw a land turtle into the sea thinking that it's a sea turtle? Have you memorized which of the long-eared are banging and which are screwing? Wasps, bees, hornets, and bumblebees. So the easiest out of these four to remember is the bumblebee. Super kind, fluffy, and positive chubby that won't hurt a fly. Flies around for pleasure, collects pollen, and most likely, I think, he also sings songs. Bumble mumble bumblebee, bee, bumble mumble bumblebee, bee. Who's the fluffy bumblebee? Bee. Not only a bumblebee can be distinguished by its appearance. Bumblebees and bees have less bright colors, softer, not conspicuous, while wasps and hornets have provocative coloring, showing that they're dangerous. In size, a bee and a bumblebee also suck compared to wasp and the hornet. So we've already figured out that a bumblebee is a plump, fluffy, flying and buzzing insect that doesn't bother anyone. A bee is a small, not pushy, unshowy and very useful insect for humans. By the way, it's very shaggy. A wasp is like a beauty pageant participant. Beautiful, bright and pushy, smooth-skinned, loves special attention and watermelons. And the hornet. A blood-yellow giant killer who scares the shit out of everyone. Also, these insects differ in the way they feed. Bees and bumblebees are equipped with long snouts for pumping out nectar and pollen from plants, which they actually feed on. Thus, they play a very important economic role, namely pollinating food crops. And also, bees give humans honey, propolis, pollen and purga, royal milk, wax, epitaxin, and all sorts of honey drinks. But wasps and hornets are omnivorous predatory insects. They can eat not only nectar, berries, or vegetables, they can also snack on caterpillars, flies, gadflies, horseflies, and bees. And in urban conditions, wasps don't disdain even meat products. But at the same time, wasps and hornets make an ecological contribution by being cleaners. That is, they clean nature from much worse pests. Even though all four have a formidable weapon, a stinger. However, they all have different stingers, and not all of them willingly use them. For example, a bee, because of the large jags on its stinger, can use its weapon only once in its life, since it simply can't remove it from its victim. A part of the bee's intestines usually come out with the stinger, which makes it impossible for its further survival. Therefore, it somehow doesn't really want to die very much, or sting the enemy. On the contrary, bumblebees have a smooth sting, and they can attack many times. But we remember that the bumblebee is a good-natured chubby, so usually they don't do it. Wasps and hornets have developed in the process of evolution a more perfect weapon, the stinger of a predator, which is also provided with jags, but these jags are smaller than those bees have. And most importantly, there is no peculiar knot at the tip of the stinger, which allows wasps and hornets to sting repeatedly. And of course, nests. Well, to know which insects live near your house, let's start with the bee nest. Bees build nests of beeswax, in the form of yellow or whitish-yellowish wax tongues, which they produce themselves. Their nest is above the surface of the earth. Basically, these are calm, protected places like rocks, ravines, old farm buildings, apartment buildings, hollows and crowns of trees. Oh yeah, and the roofs. Wasp nest. Wasps learned how to make cellulose long before humans did. They use it to make small houses for raising their offspring. Very often you can see wasps tear off pieces of wood and bark with their jaws, chew them into porridge, and use them to build their home. Wasp nest consists of paper combs arranged vertically, while like an inverted, multi-tiered fruit bowl. Unlike bees, the nest of wasps is white, light and dark gray in color, and very light. Wasps build their nests in the same way as bees, in places protected from the wind, often under the eaves and roofs of residential buildings. Hornet nest. Hornets, like wasps, build large paper nests with up to 10 honeycomb tires. But unlike wasps, hornets collect building material from rotten stumps and birch twigs, so their nests are not gray but brown. They nest in hollows, in attics, and in tropical regions they put their nests under tree branches. Bumblebee nest. Unlike bees, wasps, and hornets, bumblebees build their nests on the surface of the earth. By the end of summer, working bumblebees and males die, and young inseminated females usually winter underground, burrowing into the soil to a depth of 4 to 10 inches. In the spring, after the first spring honey plants bloom, bumblebees wake up, fly out of the shelter, and start building a nest. The nest consists of wax bowls, where bumblebees put nectar and pollen, and also raise new individuals. But let's leave the insects alone and look at the salamander and the lizard. It may seem that they're the same thing, but in fact, a salamander is an amphibian, which means it spends a lot of time in the water, and it has gills. And the lizard is a reptile that breathes exclusively air and lives on land. Salamanders have smooth and moist skin, while lizards have dry and scaly skin. The lizard's toes are longer and adapted for tree climbing. And therefore, yes, lizards have claws and salamanders don't. Well, also, we shouldn't forget about their size. As a rule, salamanders are smaller than lizards. Shorty. Actually, I'm of normal height, for my time. Oh, you're not talking to me? Excusez-moi. Even though both lizards and salamanders lay eggs, lizards are born on land, and they immediately look like lizards, while salamanders lay eggs in water. And first tadpoles are born, then it becomes this shit, and only after that they turn into salamanders. And the most important difference is regeneration. Haha, can you do like this? And how about this? Fuck it, I'm out of here. Unlike lizards, salamanders can regrow any lost limb, and it'll be normal size. But this doesn't mean that you can go and start cutting these cuties right away. I know what you're up to. Oh, a salamander! No, it isn't. Yes, it is. Check this out. Oh, son of a bitch! Fuck! Why? How am I supposed to feed my family now, you motherfuckers? Oops. I guess it was a lizard after all. Finally, let's talk about donkeys. Everyone remembers the pictures where a bunch of donkeys are taking something somewhere. Well, with a probability of 99.9%, I can say that those were not donkeys. They were mules. And while a donkey is a baby of 2 donkeys, a mule is a baby of a donkey and a horse. And moreover, it is the donkey and the female horse, since the cub of a stallion and the donkey is a hinny. Mules, unlike donkeys, are more agreeable, more efficient, live longer, and can't reproduce. While donkeys live on average 15 to 20 years, mules can live up to 50, 40 of which they work their asses off. Also, mules are easygoing about food, which can't be said about donkeys who won't eat anything at all. Plus, mules can take up much higher loads and are not stubborn, so mules are much more suitable for households than their fathers. So take this there. Okay. Then take that there. Sure. And take this up the mountain. Fine. And you? No, fuck off, do it yourself. Well, I guess this is probably enough comparisons for today. Otherwise, you'll only get more confused. So, learn this first. It was me, Brock from Broccoli Academy. And thanks for watching. Well, guys, did you like the new portion of the animals that we confuse? Then leave a like, subscribe, share, and, as always, continue to scribble in the comments about some more animals that you can't distinguish. And I'll be glad to make a part 3.